Hello and welcome to What I Would Have Played, Week 2. Yes, I am growing a rather grim looking moustache. Yes, my hair is looking pretty long, but without further ado, let's go into the first track. First song is a new track from Swedish rapper Young Lean. It's a new track called Pikachu and it's going to feature on his upcoming album called Stars. And it's the third single he's released in preparation for this new album. It's got a nice bouncy beat to it. It's just making me more excited for the new album Stars. Can't really say much more than that. Track number 2 is a new track from my favourite indie band at the moment, Sports Team. They've just released a new track called Going Soft, which is due to feature on their upcoming debut album, Deep Down Happy. That album was meant to have been released over the past few weeks, so it's nice that they've treated us to another single on an album that will now be released in June. If you haven't listened to Sports Team before and you're into your indie, get to know them now because they're going to absolutely blow up and this would be the time to get to know them. They've also released alongside it a really kind of heartwarming video which is footage from a few of their big gigs over the past few years, a few gigs that I've been at and had the pleasure of seeing them at. And if you've been at a Sports Team gig over the past few years, go and watch the video because you might spot yourself. I didn't though. Track number 3 is new Drake and Playboi Carti, Pain 1993. It's from Drake's new album, mixtapey type thing, Dark Lane Demos. We'd have hoped to have seen a whole lot of Red by now, but that hasn't happened. At least we've got this track to keep us occupied in the meantime. It's a good catchy trap track and I feel like it's going to be very popular on TikTok and just at the clubs in general when they do open again. Number 4 is a song actually recorded last year and released just now. Didn't make the cut for their last album. This is called Love in Mine by Big Thief. If you haven't listened to Big Thief before, American indie folk band, very similar to the likes of Phoebe Bridgers, and I feel like if you're into people like Ben Howard, then Big Thief could certainly be a band for you to sink your teeth into. This track is really beautiful. It's kind of a perfect summary folk piece, and lead singer of Big Thief, Adrienne Lenker, her voice is just really unique and special and it works really well with this sort of music, so go and check it out, new Big Thief. Track number 5, 2 Chess Club Records bands working together, Alfie Templeman and Coach Party. They've released a kind of very mysterious track called My Best Friend. They've just released a new kind of mysterious track called My Best Friend, and it's kind of slightly brooding, but brooding in a kind of seductive way. I think it's really good. I really like the beat and the feel to it. It's a good vibe. Next track, I wonder if it's kind of satirical. It's new JPEG Mafia. He's released a track called Bodyguard, and it's a slow jam R&B track. Not JPEG Mafia's usual kind of music, but it's a good piece anyway. It does feel like it's kind of taking the mick out of the slow jam genre because of the lyrics are kind of just so kind of corny and over the top. It kind of feels like that would be a sort of thing that JPEG Mafia would do. Whether it's satirical or not, it's a great bedroom jam. Now, the next track is from Yellow Days, who we haven't heard from in a few years. He's just released a new song called Treat You Right, and it feels like he's moving away from his kind of lo-fi bedroom production to a full band sound, which I think, while I really enjoyed his old stuff, it would be an interesting change to see, and I'd definitely still listen to Yellow Days because he's a sick songwriter and this is a banging tune. The next song is from a band who have also sadly had to postpone their album due to the COVID-19 pandemic. I am talking about The Magic Gang. This track will certainly feature on their upcoming second studio album and it's called Take Back the Track. It's a really kind of upbeat and cheerful song, so if you need cheering up in lockdown, if you're missing your friends, go and listen to this track because it's got a kind of uplifting quality to it. Now, when I saw this next piece on my release radar on Spotify, I almost lost it because these guys have not released a full album since 2016, an album called Four. I'm talking about Bad Bad Not Good, who have just taken a brief hiatus and done a bit of production work for the likes of Kendrick Lamar, Thundercat, Kali Uchis. they've released 2 new tracks called Goodbye Blue and something, then in brackets, Goodbye Blue Part 2. This track features singer Jonah Yano, who's got a really nice soulful voice. It's just a good bit of peaceful jazz. That's the whole goal of this new EP, is to provide a bit of peace and serenity in what is quite a strange, harrowing and stressful time. So if you're feeling like you could do with a bit of peace, a bit of relaxation, go and listen to these 2 new beautiful jazz pieces from Bad Bad Not Good. Now this next track is sort of anthemic. It's from a band that most people won't have heard of. It's from a band called Asylums, and they've released a new song called A Perfect Life in a Perfect World, which seems kind of ironic to be released in a dystopian world like this. It's got a huge sound, and it's the sort of sound that I could see filling arenas in years to come. They're gradually working their way up the indie ladder, and it's a good indie rock song that kind of reminds me of bands like the Hunter. So if you're into the Hunter, you're into your kind of heavier indie rock, kind of reminds me of some of Catfish and the Bottlemen's heavier stuff, then go and listen to this new great track by Asylums. Now I can't believe I slept on this new track. This is a new track from Kali Uchis called Honey Baby Spoil. And it's like a lot of the great music that Kali Uchis does, where it's kind of a nice hip-hop R&B beat with her beautiful voice over the top. I mean, she has one of the best singing voices out of all contemporary stars at the moment, and it's just a really nice, soulful track, so go and check out not just this track, but the whole of the new Kali Uchis EP, because it's really, really quite beautiful. This next piece isn't actually a new track. It was released on an album called Immigrants last year, Snarky Puppy, and it's a song called Chunks. It's got a ridiculously funky bass line, and it's just a great piece of jazz funk. In fact, if you like your funky music and you just want to sit there and go, yeah, go and check out this track from Snarky Puppy, Chunks, from their 2019 album Immigrants. Penultimate track for you is a new track from Haim, going to be on their now again delayed album Women in Music Part 3. This is a track called I Know Alone from American Sisters Haim. I wonder if it's got a drum machine underneath. Maybe. It's got an electronic tinge to it on this track, but still in line with the classic indie pop that they make. Final track is a euphoric, atmospheric piece from Glass Animals. It's called Dreamland. No, it's not about the seaside amusement place in Margate. This is just, it ascends you to another level. It's just really kind of, it's a big kind of whole, soft, fluffy sound, very relaxing. So go and listen to that if you're feeling like you could do with a chill, if you haven't been chilling a lot already in lockdown, I don't know. Those were some songs I would have played had I been on the radio this week. Please like the video if you liked it. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more videos. And as ever, tell your friends to subscribe, because they should. I'll be back next week with some more songs to play, longer hair, and an even worse moustache. I will see you. Goodbye.